So apparently there's this thing on the internet and it's called YouTube, and it's supposed to be like this magical place where there's like all these cat videos and like video game tutorials and makeup tutorials and a whole bunch of other stuff like vlogs and things like that. But there's a little thing on there's a little tiny bit of something on there called educational material. So this really isn't like a new idea or anything. There's a lot of people who have had this idea before. It's really, really amazing. There's just a growing trend of educational YouTube channels like appearing out of the woodwork. Real question is, does it actually work? Like, can YouTube actually be used as an effective teaching tool? Does it actually have a place in the classroom? Or even, could it actually replace lessons entirely? Unfortunately, with all things good and awesome, there's always a bad side. And that's mainly distraction. YouTube is full of a lot of crap. You could be looking at a report, say, of ancient Greek history, and one misclick and suddenly you're watching Sparta parodies of King Leonidas kicking his buddy down a freaking hole. And that's not all. Usually with like user-created content, there's a thing called misinformation. And basically, there's really no way of proving the information that they're sharing is actually correct unless you like cross-reference it with other information, blah, blah, blah. But the point is that you don't know what you're learning is actually true. So you could say, for example, the Ninja Turtles. People could say the Ninja Turtles could exist, and that could be your homework. Honestly, do you think that's gonna pass? No. Now I know what you're thinking. Yes, Ninja Turtles are awesome, but there are so many more awesome things that you can learn on YouTube. Say, for example, you can learn how to play the piano. Or you could, I don't know, learn the history of the most badass Genghis Khan. Or you could learn that the entire thing of everything you see is actually connected by 4 fundamental forces. And without them, everything would explode. How awesome is that? But just don't take my word for it. We went to actual real students and we asked them what they thought about YouTube in schools and the kinds of things that they actually learned from YouTube.
Well, I also used it a lot when I was still in engineering at McMaster because the people on those channels that teach higher level math do a better job than my professors did, for free. Like, it's amazing that I even bothered going to class at that point.
But I like it when they do use it in their actual like lesson and we can discuss the video and stuff like that. That's always fun.
Crash Course is good, it is good, but it's not on my free time like I'm gonna go watch educational videos on YouTube. If I actually want to educate myself, I'm gonna do it otherwise than YouTube.
It's gonna make it more fun and more easy to learn so people can say, oh, that was much better than just listening to a lecture for 3 hours.
Like my psychology teacher in my first year at Mac, he didn't use YouTube, but he did make all his lesson plans online videos, and then the classes were just face-to-face tutorials with TAs, which was useful. It allows for a more blended learning style.
We'd have to take into account the financial stuff too, because if I'm paying to watch YouTube videos, I might as well spend my money and buy the movie network on my cable.
Of course, that's just the opinion of students who are probably more concerned about why only 300 of their 15,000 friends on Facebook are messaging them and they think they're all alone in the world than they are of their education. So we actually went and asked an actual professor who is very concerned for education, and we asked her more, where does YouTube have a place in the educational system, and actually what she thinks about YouTube.
I find that it gives a break up to the boring PowerPoint lectures, and it gets the kids more in tune with what's going on. I don't think you could rely on that for the whole course. The reason why is because I find in my classes you need to tailor it to a specific subject. So although YouTube provides great videos, I wouldn't want to see a teacher instructing only through that realm. I find if the kids have questions, or somebody brings up a topic that you haven't even thought about putting in your course program, you can go and do that if you're the instructor. When you do everything online, I find you would be missing out that interaction with the student and finding what they need to learn to teach.
So we've talked to students and we've talked to teachers, and they're both kind of agreeing on the same thing. But the key to it is balance. You can't have just boring lectures doing just absolutely nothing with textbooks and nasty. But you also can't have your entire lesson completely on YouTube for everyone to watch because there's no interactivity there. There needs to be an interactivity. And we all know YouTube is distracting with their bloody cat videos. You're just so damn adorable. Why can't I quit you?